one sales navigator tip that almost no one is using, but is really, really, really powerful in finding the right leads. And I've already made a couple of videos about it, but I really want to touch on it again because still not a lot of people are using it and not a lot of people know exactly what it can do for their business. And I think it's something, especially if you're in a technology sector, or you're a developer, or if you're in the tech sector, so in technology, then it's just something that is really powerful and interesting. So what you'll do is you'll start a new account search, and what we'll do is uh, we want to search for certain technologies that people are using now. How it works is Sales Navigator, it looks for tags that people have on their website. So, if, for example, they are using, if they're using Google Analytics, then you'll have a tag on your website, a Google Analytics tag. So, what you'll do here, you'll start searching. So, you'll see here Google Analytics. If they're working with Angular, then Sales Navigator will be able to detect the technology that they're using. Again, these are just a few examples, but you can just start typing, and more things will come up. So, for example, these are companies that are using Cloudflare DNS, or maybe companies that are using jQuery on their website. And then what you'll do next is you'll want to save all of these to a list. Now, this is where a little bit of manual work comes in. So you just select all these companies here that are working with jQuery, or maybe you're saying, okay, you know what, Microsoft, not going to happen. They're not going to work with me. Then you can filter more by company headcount. Okay, maybe I want somewhat smaller companies that are working with jQuery because those are ideal customers for me. Then you'll take all of these, you'll save them to a list, and you call it jQuery businesses, for example. So you can add 25 at a time because there's 25 on this page. Again, we have 560K here, but there are going to be 100 pages, so only there are going to be 40 pages, excuse me, so only 100 are displayed. So what that means, if you want all those companies, then I suggest breaking it up into batches and then just filtering by geography, maybe by state in the United States, or by industry. You'll add those to a list, then you'll save that list. You call it jQuery 1, jQuery 2, etc., etc. And then what you'll do is, if you start a new lead search, is you'll go here to custom list. And for example, people that are working with big data or jQuery, whatever the name of the technology or the list that you've made is, then you'll drop it in there. And now these are people that work at companies that are only using that specific technology. So that is something that is super, super powerful if you're in a tech sector. But then again, I haven't explored all the technologies that they can filter for. I'm sure there's a lot of technologies in there that are relevant to people in hundreds of different fields and sectors. And it's something not many people are aware of, and it's really, really powerful and interesting when it comes to filtering down on really specific leads. And it will also help you in making your outreach a lot more specific. So then you can say, hey, we work with a lot of companies when it comes to updating their jQuery, or when it comes to updating their Spotify design. So that way you can say, okay, you know what, we're a business, we're a web design company, and we do Shopify, we do WooCommerce, and we do Drupal, for example. So instead of then just sending a mass email saying, hey, we do web design, you can then make it really specific, saying, hey, we work with people with companies in the retail industry who have Shopify stores, and we can update it for you. We work with companies in the shipping industry who are working with who have a B2B shop based on WooCommerce, and we can update it. That way you can just make it really specific, and you can really drill down the type of client that you want to go after, and you can make your outreach a lot more specific. So you're not only finding the ideal clients for you, but you're also making your outreach more specific again, which just makes it all the more powerful to use that filter. So that was the one tip that I think maybe 5% of all people using Sales Navigator are utilizing. So if you're watching this and you're going to start using it, you're ahead of most people that are in business development or that are doing sales for their own company. And you're going to guaranteed you're going to find more leads using this advanced tool or advanced filter.